Hey man, you never sent a face pic, so... Damn. You're...
Let's pretend I'm not.
The two men in the scene you just saw have dating apps to thank for their arranged meeting. These dating apps have become increasingly popular with gay and bisexual men for setting up dates, hooking up, or just making friends. As a college student, I wondered what role these apps played for gay college students, so I decided to find out.
Using Grindr at college is every type of adjective that you could ever imagine. It's scary, it's funny, it's promiscuous, it's just everything.
Grindr, an app strictly for gay men and the most popular app for gay men. It even won Best Mobile Dating App at the iDate Awards in 2011.
I use Grindr if I'm going out for the night. It's more of like a promiscuous thing, I'd say.
Grindr tends to be more of like the promiscuous kind of hookup app. I think that's the stigma attached to it as well.
Unlike the clip at the beginning, however, at college, Grindr seems to make the lives of gay students more awkward than simplified.
I was in the elevator and a guy walked in with blood all over his face, and I turned over and I was like, "Are you okay?" And he was like, "Oh, this is fake blood, like I'm part of the theater group or whatever." And I actually went on Grindr later that night just randomly, and he messaged me again and was like, "Hey, I'm your bloody friend from the elevator."
Wow.
Yeah. So I mean, it was kind of awkward, and it was just more awkward because I didn't necessarily find him attractive enough, but now I felt obligated to respond.
Tinder, another app, allows users to swipe yes or no to the pictures of other users. If two users say yes to each other's pictures, an option opens for them to chat.
Tinder is more fun because you can kind of just swipe if you think someone's attractive, and then you figure out if they thought you were attractive as well, you guys match. So I don't know, it's just kind of that element of it is more fun per se.
But even though Tinder does not have the same stigma of promiscuity attached that Grindr has, it can still make college students' lives just as awkward.
I have swiped yes to someone in one of my classes actually, so that kind of led to awkward situations because he sat next to me in class.
Did you ever talk about the match?
No.
Or was it just kind of left unsaid?
It was just something left unsaid that we both kind of knew about but never actually talked about.
OkCupid, the final app, is perhaps the most promising for men looking for dates and relationships.
I'd say I prefer OkCupid, just because that seems to be the most efficient way to meet people and have a lasting relationship with them. I had one, I guess you could call it a pseudo relationship, that lasted for about 2 months, but that was from OkCupid, but I haven't had anything from Tinder or Grindr.
But even with these apps, life at college for gay students has not been made any easier. Sometimes they even dissuade any interaction at all.
Now, if you see someone walking around that you haven't talked to but you've seen on Grindr, what's kind of the social way to approach that situation?
Avoid it at all costs. Just kind of don't acknowledge that you've seen them on Grindr.
And do you think that the way people present themselves on these apps are different from when you actually see them in person?
Definitely.
Having gained this perspective from the apps and how they are used in college, I decided to test them out for myself. I made 3 profiles, one of each on Grindr, Tinder, and OkCupid. I gained little from Tinder or OkCupid, but Grindr proved to be an eye-opening experience. When I first started, I got the usual amount of heys and what's ups typical for new Grindr users. This man messaged me asking if he could take me to the opera. This man messaged me saying he had seen me several times around campus, but I never saw him, nor did he say hi to me. Finally, I met someone who I could have a decent conversation with. After a few exchanges, we decided to meet up for lunch. Excited, I got ready for my first date in months.
Someday my prince will come. Someday we'll meet again. And the way to his castle we'll go. To be happy forever, I know.
When I got to our agreed meeting place, I waited, and waited, but he never showed. Discouraged, I sent him a message asking if I had scared him off. He responded with this. Heartbroken, I decided to go to the library. My time would be better spent there than on dating apps looking for someone.
Say that these apps are necessary depending on your situation. Like maybe in a closed college campus where there's a lot of mutual friends, it's actually not necessary. Like for me, it's caused more awkward situations and necessity to meet another guy.
To my surprise, a few days later, I did manage to snag another date. But this time, I didn't meet the guy through technology. We started talking in a class we shared together. No grinding necessary.
Someday my prince will come.